Hello and welcome back to National Busways West Scotland, here at the Polmedy Garage in Glasgow, where we're looking at a bunch of buses in the Polmedy Garage, but chiefly among them these B7L right-clipped Metros, which have now all been branded up for the 108. And as you can see, plain and clear, on the roof is the garage code PY. These buses are not staying here. In fact, there is another fleet of these at PY already. And so these newer buses are going to be joined by these slightly older ones to make the new 108 as an orbit. So, let's send you to PY. Send you to PY. Send you to PY. Ooh, hang on. U to PY. 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 When you're done with your shift, go to PY. 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 PY, and finally PY. Then I'm going to change the assignments of the 108. Doing all this with the game running, risky. Let's assign to PY. So, shift schedule. Today. Let's just get everyone assigned. Oh, there's also a bunch of like ADL types missing. Oh dear. This is not going to go well. Do we have enough drivers here for this? We do, apparently. Well, evidently we do. Of course that one wasn't going to work. And of course that one wasn't going to work. This 1150 should though. Will this... When is the next? Oh, very weird. The 108 doesn't really have any late shifts. Like there's this one at 1950. Let's assign, okay. That worked reasonably well. There is this one at 1205 that's struggling, so I'll take that off. Put this on. Then, go back here. 1720 is what we need to find. This will change it by 25 minutes. Oh, actually, no, that's the ADL. 1720. So now the one we need to find is 1750. And basically, you know, again, just pushing it back and back and back. Now it's at 1800, which was only an additional 10 minutes, but there's probably somewhere it'll fit now. Along with all the lag. 1800. Oh, and a 1745. Oh, this is fantastic. Right. I reckon that we can also make some efficiencies up with the 115. Or with the 110 and 115, that whole allocation. Actually, what happens if I go to yesterday, copy that, paste this, then we'll just have the new 108 assignments left. Yeah. Oh, I'm good at this. I'm a legend. Here we go. And we also have... I was going to say completely unassigned. We have these, but no we don't. Let's go back to page 1. We have this... Oh no, that's 1050, but there's one at 1150. These are all really early finishing. Like... Okay, so 1415. I mean, I'm not overly concerned, actually, because there's a bunch of these that are making their way down still. So, I'm going to consider these new... Well, they're not here yet, but they should be making their way over. Let's have a look. Yeah, there they are. Oh, there's... Which one are you? That is... Oh, that's 49. There's 2. That's 50, 53, 52. Oh, hello. Oh yes, I set a bunch of these off to be repainted because there's a new 106 livery. Because of course I extended the 106 to Barhead last week. Which seems to be going quite well. And here are the new, or old, B7Ls. 49, 51, 50, so you move up. Because we want to make sure that everyone's in the correct order. Here we go, 55, 56, 57 is there. So everyone should, yeah, everyone's in the right order at the moment. That's very nice. And 60 has just come in. Very nice. Then 59's pulled in. There's another Renown at PO that wants repainting to the new 106 scheme. I think that's everyone now. I think there were only 2 left. And speaking of only 2 left, there's only 2 more of these of the trial batch. They need to arrive, 58 and 61. I think. 49, 50, 51, 52, 54, 55, 56, 57. Yeah. There's only 2 more that need to arrive, and they might be out on shift already. Let's see. You're 58. 58's on its way in. There's no one in Bearsden, and there's no one in Newton Mans, and there's no one at Silverburn. So I have no idea where 61 is. Although actually, let's check PO. Yeah, no, 61 is... Oh no, 61's just leaving now. And it says out of service on the blinds. I like that, that's cute. Right, so 58's arriving now. So if we go back to PY. There it is. VW58. Just put that in the right place. And we will have 1 free slot at PY. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I need to get these all adjusted. Let's get all of these adjusted. So these are no longer going to say the next VW type, because that's not what they're sort of promoting now. These buses are here to promote the 108. Orbit 108 /N Bearsden space N Mans. And of course that needs to say, oh, that needs to say PY. So, copy that. Isn't that lovely? And PY. They look quite at home here. This is a very interesting garage. There's those Trident ALXs and the B7 Geminis, and now there's B7 Eclipses. It's like, if it wasn't for the ADLs, the TAs would be incredibly out of place. But you know, that's how the cookie crumbles. And if we had more space at PY, I would get another batch of ADLs, because we do kind of need them. We have a bit of a shortage. So, I'm thinking, because I want PY to have more than this. Like, PY is going to have another orbit route. It's going to have the 107. Hence, the 107 will also use B7Ls. But it's also going to have more ADLs, it's going to have ADSs, which are going to be the 8.8 meters. And it may have 10.2 meter ones for sort of work that go sort of beyond Paisley. And where's 61 at? Oh, that's 62! Was I dumb? Was I an idiot? Let's have a look. VW 62. Oh yeah, there was 62. I'm good at this. I'm very good at this. Please ignore me having a moment. There we go. So 61 will arrive there and we'll just move it over. Speaking of, Paisley is officially pretty much full. And these are to blame. But what that means is we can get the rest of these all assigned. 35, so let's put the 1745 on it. 1105 to 1745, we'll put the 1750. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And wouldn't you look at that, we have a bus free. Isn't that nice? Now, back at PO, I think is where the assignments are not happy. No, there's a couple 105s missing, because I think they were assigned to 108 vehicles. Which, of course, are now no longer here. So, you know. Let's go all the way over. These are specifically 105s that need doing. So there's an 1850 and an 1855. That's very awkward. That is very awkward. I mean, there were some that some orbits routes that I was allocating to the different, like to the other ones. But you know. It's like I don't really have much of an issue allocating, you know, sort of the wrong branded bus as long as it has the right features, which all the Orbits buses do. It's just a case of, you know, making the Orbits work. That's my priority. So if I move that, hopefully that can go somewhere. I can put that on a 106. And that can go there. Lovely. So there's a couple of vehicles that are sort of going to be off-brand, so to speak. But the 108 is less than 15 minutes into the episode, now based at Paisley. What progress! And in that vein, it's time for a new route in central Glasgow. In fact, it's time to revisit a brand that we've not touched in quite a while. It's time for a new arrow. Game is laggy. These orange arrows, for their length, like in terms of profit per length, profit per mile, or profit per route mile, these orange arrows are the most profitable by far. Like, it's not even close. Like, these are frankly mental. So, this new route is going to be the C4, between Glasgow University and what did I call it? Because I was calling it Polmedy the Boulevard. Oatlands. There we go. So Glasgow University's up here, and Oatlands is down here. But it's going to go through central Glasgow in a slightly interesting way, and I think this is going to be the killer app for the Orange Arrows, is that they're going to, you know, the C4 and C5 certainly are going to go through central Glasgow in an interesting way. So, let's start by placing a stop there. So it's on University Gardens, and post me if you don't mind. And there is the brand new route C4. So, as you probably saw from the start of the time lapse, it doesn't like University Gardens, this map, because that road there is not connected, and I don't know why. So yeah, basically imagine that the buses turn back in University Gardens, and then they come down this main road into Glasgow. There's a bunch of faffing in central Glasgow. Then they go all the way through central Glasgow, and then they come down through Salt Markets, and then they basically follow the 2 out to Oatlands. So it's broadly east-west, but it's got a substantial north-south element to it as well. So yeah, that's the C4. And just like the rest of the arrows, it's going to run up to every 8 or 10 minutes, depending on estimated demand. Oh, this is taking a while. I bet it's really high. Yep. Oh yeah, it's very high. But if I set it to every 10 minutes, it'll either get worse or better. And it'll probably get better, honestly. C4. Yeah, that got significantly better. I'm perfectly happy doing that. So, as is standard for me, I'm going to start the timetable setup, and I will start with the eastbound timetable, because that's the order in which I assembled the route. Monday, Saturday, eastbound. So, as is standard, I will see you later. Or when this is done. And there is the timetable for the C4. Very simple timetable, very intensive service. It runs every 10 minutes all day, Mondays to Saturdays, except for peak times, Mondays to Fridays, where it runs every 8 minutes. On Sundays, it's significantly less intense. It runs every 12 minutes, with quite reduced operating hours. It's almost a full hour cut off the end of the timetable on Sundays. But we have a vehicle requirement of 16, which is very nice, and that will be assigned from OA. However, we're not going to be buying new vehicles for that route. I have been doing a little experimenting off camera, as per, and one of the people in the Discord, the special Discord, not the general CBM Discord, although I wouldn't be surprised if they posted their creations in the normal CBM Discord as well. Anywho, someone in the special Discord has been flipping the templates for some of Nick's Citaro mods, and I've not been able to use any of theirs because they're using Citaro C2s and stuff, and you know, the C2 was definitely not a thing in 2001. But it did give me the idea, what if I used those methods and that method, that technique, to spice up the orange arrows a little bit? And I did. I moved my mouse around where it says large buses, because the C1 and the C2 are very, very busy, and if you need a little bit of a refresher, because they're quite old routes in terms of the series, the C1 is one of the first routes we ever put in, and for a while we were running marshals on it. Absolute disaster. This is the C1. It's a shuttle service, basically, just as a little S within Glasgow city centre. The C2 is the longest of any of the arrow routes. It goes all the way from Kelvinbridge up here, and then down to Bridgeton. It's really long. And I believe it's one of the most profitable routes on the network. The one is more profitable, the Paisley service. Oh, the 16 and the 15. Okay. I mean, they make sense. They make a lot of sense. Oh wait, if I go into the statistics, I can see show tour details. Profit in the last 7 days. There's the C2. It's in the top 5. Just. But it's in the top 5 nonetheless. And if we look at it, it is rammed during peak time. If I scroll down to the C1 to peak time, it is again absolutely rammed. So let's have a look at what I cooked up. And here is what I cooked up. Obviously the mirror's in the wrong place because all I did was flip the template around. But it is an O530G with the pre-facelift front end. And there is a small issue with this though, that I will get to, and I'm specifically showing you the left-hand side of the bus because of it. But as you can see there, it's kind of blocked from this box that I wasn't expecting to be there. But it's got the garage code and type code, as you would expect. Oh, I forgot to put legals on it. Oh, damn it. That's fine. That's fine. And then, you know, Orange Arrow's branding with the arrowheads. Orange Arrow's new bendy buses for more space. Leaning into the sort of colloquialism of calling these bendy buses. Because it's something that I really love. I think it's really endearing. And then, because of the fact that the stripe would be broken up quite badly by the articulated section, just cut the stripe off. I think that's quite eye-catching. And then some branding, you know, these are for the C1 and C2, and it's like, even though we put bigger buses on them, we'll still be running it just the same. Well, there's a typo. Oh, that's fun. Anywho, I've been scrolling around the bus. It's time to show the ugly. There's still a door on this side. There is still a door on this side. Some of the panel gaps are wrong. This was made very quickly. I just wanted to see if this would work, and I was sufficiently happy with it. But the branding on this side is slightly different. New Bendy bus with more space on the trailer, and then orange arrows halfway along the front bit. And then where the side destination display goes, the frequency branding. I suppose the idea with that is, if you see it from this side, you're probably at a bus stop. You don't need to know how frequent it is because you can see the timetable. Whereas if you're on this side, it's a nice little advert that this bus runs every 8 minutes. Isn't that nice? And if we come back to the back, C1, C2, the C is superscript. I just like when letters for bus routes are in superscript like that. It just looks really nice. Anywho, that was 10. They are expensive buses. Like, oh boy. But we're not done. I need to buy another 10. They're definitely not MS type. Oh dear. Import repaint. MCA type. There's another 10. And we still need to buy 4 more. Because of the vehicle requirement of the C1 and C2. Combined it's 24. And add the repaint on. MCA type. Boink. Isn't that perfect? Let's head over and see them. Let's go over to this side so that you can't see the door. Right. Bring the UI back. First of all, does the display work? No. No display. Okay, that should make things a lot quicker. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have working like fleet numbers, like that won't show up. Like, this is a really, really old mod. But, you know, very nice. When Mr. Chips gets around to making his O530G, I will be switching these to that. Because I'm already using Mr. Chips O530s, and so it just makes sense to have them come from the same mod maker where they're using the same model as their base. Because these do look different. And I actually do like Denek's sort of cartoonish style with the bright orange indicators and the completely dead headlights. But they are different. So I'm just scrolling to find them in my spreadsheet. Fleet number. This is MCA1. Big moment there. And another big moment's going to happen. The license plate for this is SN51ORG. We have reached the new era. MCA2, and then SN51ARO. So yeah, you know, MCA1 and MCA2 are orange arrow, basically. And finally, we have SN51ASN, better known to us as MCA24. There's all of our new Bendy buses. Finally in. I wondered how long it would take for me to get Bendy buses. It has taken, what is this, 26, 27 episodes? Not bad. Not bad. About half a year. I've been doing these for a while, haven't I? Anywho. I'm going to change the C1 and C2's type preference to be the Bendy buses. MCA. Ooh, these are complicated. These have evening runs, where they run every 12 minutes after like 9:30. Okay. That's fun. I like that a lot. That's a really good idea. Why didn't I do that before? Is the C2 the same? No. Well, that's an idea, I think, to reduce frequency in the evenings. I do like that. Maybe, although the C1 being a central Glasgow shuttle, it does make sense that the service would get worse at the end because it's such a such a specialized service. So, OA. And there's all of our lovely Citaros. Or our Citaro Gs, specifically. So let's go to tomorrow. And assign this garage. Apparently we're short 3 MCAs. I know that we're not. We are definitely not short, because we've got 24. It's just a case of how well we've used our fleet. Not very. So, we just need to, use our fleet properly. If we just move the moment of oof back, eventually, we'll be good. See, now it's all after 6 PM. Now there's one at like almost 8 PM. And we could put that there if you want. Now there's only 2. That's not pushed it back by much, but it has pushed it back, so that's useful. Nope. 19, nope. Aha, there's one. And 1835. See? Plenty of buses. And I want to see if we can get today's remaining Citaros, or C1s and C2s, assigned to Citaros. C1, C2, C2, C2. Oh wait, I can just assign bus drivers and assign vehicles. There's 3 MCAs missing, but again, they're not. I mean, low-key they might be, because this is like a partial allocation. But let's see what we can do. Uh, 1900. That doesn't help at all. Put that there. That's not really done much, but it will have done a thing. 1910. That there at 1850. That's a really tight shift changeover, but it works. In fact, I'll put that there instead. Genuinely think that we're going to struggle with this. He says, getting down to just 1 allocation dropped. 1835. I swear I saw one that would be like a 0 minute, but it would work. No, I am not that good. There's definitely somewhere this can go. There's definitely somewhere it can go. I just need to find it. If I move that, that can go there. 19... Aha! See? And so now we should start seeing bendy buses almost immediately. Let's go over to OA and just check for them. Oh yeah, and then what I can do... Pause the game. Stop the presses, we have idea. Stop the presses, my brain did a thing. The C4. Because we have buses spare. Let's activate it. I appear to have run into a slight snag that will require me to readjust to the C3. I put that... Oh, no, I can't put that there. I can put that there. Oh, and that can go there. Oh, lovely. So now we've got the launch of the C4 as well as bendy buses on the C1 and C2. This couldn't go much better. So, I don't know when the C4's first bus is going to be, but we'll just hover outside OA for a little bit and see what happens. I don't even know how the buses come out of OA. Oh, there's one. That's going to do C2s. Love that. Can we get a bendy bus? I want to see a bendy bus. Yeah, it looks like they're all going out in the evening. Yeah, the earliest one out's at 11:25 in 2 hours in game. And I've been going for 1 hour and 6 minutes in real life, so you know. But the C4 is doing gangbusters. These routes are pretty much guaranteed profit. Well, they are guaranteed profit. Like, if a bus route could be a cheat code, if this game had cheat codes, it's called the C4. And yes, I am holding back so many jokes about the explosives. I would allow myself one, but I won't. We randomly selected and won 10k in a giveaway. Isn't that nice? Let's have a look though. I see bendy buses. I see bendy buses. Oh. Zooming into central Glasgow is never advisable. Bendy bus. Bendy bus. Unfortunately, we only see the side that didn't really turn out that good because it's got the door still, but, you know. Let's see how we do. Let's see how it handles the capacity. The capacity demands of it on the C1. This C1 has been really quiet. Unless it's all at Jamaica Street, Clyde Street. Which actually, now that we've got the bendy buses, I should probably take off this little bit into St Enoch Place and just have it be a through route. But let's see, we've got 65 on board now, and it's full. Yep, bendy bus is needed. Bendy bus is very much needed. Oh my. Oh, this goes into the station. I didn't realise the C1 went into the station. He says, having put the route in. And yeah, the C4 is rammed. Love that. Ooh. And then final run into the bus station. Loads of people got off there. But there's still loads on board. They all get off here. Supposedly. Right, so that was a C1. Let's have a look at a C2. C2. Well, there's one on a C2. It's rammed. Sure, take a break. Right. Yeah, the C2 is absolutely rammed. Love that. What's going to happen here? 35 off. 15 on? Something like that? Very nice. And then on the run down to Bridgeton, zoom out a bit, but not so much we can't see bus. There we go. So 75 on board as we exit the city centre, that's very nice. And then coming down into Bridgeton, it's quite busy, but it's sort of trailing off as you would expect. Very nice. It is very busy. But I think that, and we saw the C4 at numerous points, I'm not going to go have a look at it. That was a very successful little episode. And I will see you a little bit later on. Well, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.